Hello, people. We back. A2TP podcast, episode 272. We back for another episode, 273. Yeah, 272 sound familiar. 273. We back. We happy to be here.
I'm very serious today.
We happy to be here?
Yes.
Okay. Let's get right to the show. How are you?
You didn't introduce.
Oh, shit. I'm your boy, International Walt. This is...
Your girl Tasha Moses with the mostest.
Your face look really pretty with the ponytail.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, always.
Thank you.
Anyway, we back for another episode of Us. We are happy. She got me all flustered. We are happy to be here to give y'all another show. Let's get right to the show. How are you?
I'm doing well.
How you be? How life treat you this week?
Life is great. Life is great. It's been really good. I would
What
say
it did?
Mentally I'm probably like an 8.5, only because, I don't know how much you want to share about your medical emergency. Nothing major, but I'm always concerned when it's, something about you. But other than that, I'm good. Financial, so that was an 8.5. Finances, an 8. Thank you, God, for your blessings. He continues to bless us. Forever grateful. I'm gonna make that a 9 because he blessing us. In these days and times, really, he's looking out. Work is a 9. Work is really good. Yeah, it's going well. I have no complaints either of my jobs, so I'm grateful. You always laughing at my jobs.
I support your jobs.
And then physically I'm a 9. You know how I get that behind my knee, like where it feel like the rubber band is tight, and I think it's not bad, where it's hurting, but I can feel it, and I think it's coming from running up the hill. It's almost like
why not the excessive walking?
Because
or walking on different terrain than the track. So you don't go through none of these things. You just think it's the hill.
No, because before we were doing the incline in the gym is when I was feeling it too. So I think even if we were walking, I think it's the incline. It doesn't mean I want to stop. I'm just I'm just aware of it. And again, it doesn't hurt, but I can feel it. Like when I'm walking, like it feels like that rubber band, like it doesn't stretch all the way open.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I'm grateful that there's no pain. But I would say I'm a 9. Other than that, I feel great. How are you?
I am good. Mentally, I feel... How do I feel mentally? I'm going to go 8.5. I'm going to go 8.5 mentally. Finances is always 8, but I'm going to go 9 because God's always good, so I'm appreciative of that. Work is a 10. Work is just going. Had a little incident today, but nothing to do with me. Work is great. Yeah, work is great. We're having great days. Yeah, work is great. Physically, I feel... How do I feel physically? I feel like a big fat 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like a big fat 8. Yeah, and we'll get into, other topics where I'll share a little bit, but I feel like a big fat 8. Nothing like life-threatening, nothing like hospital stay threatening, but, God willing, I'll be 49 this year. And, things come with age, and some things are a little bit out of your control. I know some people get like arthritis and shit like that, but yeah, just dealing with some stuff.
Well, let's go into your wows and woes.
My wow this week is... All right, so I'm gonna go my woe first. So I was driving to work the other day, had a little rash on my neck, and I was like, damn, what the hell is going on here?
No, it started before, because you asked me before you left the house.
Did I?
Yeah. So
I got a little rash on my neck, and it's like a couple of bumps, and I'm driving to work, and my neck started getting stiff. So I'm at work, I'm working, everything's fine. I come home from work, I'm driving, and I'm thinking, damn, like my neck just don't feel right. It feels stiff, but I still got these like little bumps. It's not even like a rash yet. It's just like a couple of bumps. And the next, I come home, I deal with it, try to put some Neosporin and some cortisone, some cream on it and other things like that. And it just wasn't working out. It got a little bit worse. It started to flare up and burn. And so I'm driving, went to work the next day, and driving home, I'm like, I'm just like, I'm a man. Like, I'm done with that whole not being scared of the doctor and not going to the doctor. If something's fucking wrong with me, I want to know and I want to go to the doctor. I have insurance, so I'm going to the doctor. I wasn't going to go to the ER because it was just like a rash that came out of nowhere. So I'm going to urgent care. Call my wife, say I'm going to urgent care. She meet me there, get behind the counter. The woman, the nurse practitioner, she comes in and immediately she looks at it and says, "You got shingles."
In the doctor's office, not behind the counter.
Yeah,
but
you're not behind the counter, but in the doctor's office. But she immediately
in the room.
Yeah,
actually,
she immediately looks at it and says, "You got shingles." And it's not like a fiery, blistering.
It's more welcome.
Yeah, it's like welts, like I got scratched or something like that. And
like a cluster of bumps, and then an area that's very welcome.
Yeah, but it's not like leaking or anything like that. And it's under my hair, so I'm just like dealing with that, and I'm like, damn, I got shingles. Like I had chicken pox when I was young. I know you can get shingles. They always talk about you can get a shingles vaccine, which I'm never getting, but somehow I got a flare up of shingles. And luckily I, was proactive and got on it and, got some antiviral meds for it and all that kind of stuff. And I'm handling it, but it takes like a couple of weeks to go away or whatever. But yeah, a nigga got shingles, like 48 years old, about to be 49, and I got shingles. And my baby never had chicken pox when she was young. She tried to get them from her sister.
And all my classmates.
Yeah, but she never got them. And, in the back of my mind, it makes me a little weary for her, which I'm glad I kind of jumped on it and didn't try to wait a week and shit like that. And then it really would have flared up. But it's under control. I'm okay. I'm not in a lot of pain.
Yeah, I'm grateful it's a mild case.
I'm not in a lot of pain at all. I'm not going to sit here and cap. My pain level is like a 3 or something like that. So I'm good. But that was, and my wow is that I took the discipline and the initiative to just go get it checked out instead of coming home trying to put more cream on it, trying to tell her it's okay and all that kind of shit. So again, when something's wrong with me at 48 years old, I'm going to the fucking doctors. If it's something serious, I'm going to the ER. If it's something minute, then I'm at least going to urgent care.
Yeah, or your doctor.
Yeah, or my PCP. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. Wows and woes. What about you?
I'll piggyback. My woe is, anytime anything is wrong with you, I gotta watch you, make sure. It makes me a little trepidatious because I just want to make sure you're all right. Again, I've heard, stories that shingles can be very painful. The burning sensation can be very intense, and I'm happy that you aren't experiencing either of those. So, it appears to be a milder case. I'm happy that, you did. Anytime you tell me you're going to the doctor, I know it's like, all right, it's serious because you not. And again, you not to say you don't go, but you got to know that all right, this requires medical attention. So that it's and then like with that, I'm not nervous because she explained. Shingles isn't contagious unless it's weeping, meaning like it's leaking, like the bumps are leaking, and then the fluid in them is highly contagious to people who've never had chickenpox or never had the vaccine. Me. So that part, I'm like, I'm not nervous, I'm just aware because baby, at 45, and that's the thing, it's not contagious where I'll get shingles, I'll get chickenpox.
Yeah.
I don't need chickenpox at 45. Like, I remember my sister, like he said, in 1993, there were 12 people in my class. I was in the 7th grade. And my baby sister was just born. So my middle sister had to stay away from her because she had chickenpox. And I tried to get it, and I didn't get it because it was stupid, but I tried to get it because I wanted to stay home. The classroom was damn near empty. People wasn't coming to school for like 2 weeks. It was like, I want this. Like, that was so dumb, but I never got and people like rotated like this person out. All right, now this person out. And I was there because I never got it.
Yeah, I got the pox as a kid. It wasn't that bad. I don't remember it being like all over my face. I do remember it being on my chest and back and legs, my ass cheeks and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I had a few on my face, but I didn't get like
My sister
Scarred.
and I remember my mom having to put like socks on her hands so that she wouldn't.
You'll scratch the shit out
yeah,
yourself.
Yeah. I mean, and at that time,
shit it's worse than a mosquito bite.
Yeah, she was 8 years old at that time, but so it wasn't like she was a baby, but she was young, and I didn't get it. So that part, I'm like, again, because of the way the doctor explained it, I'm not scared. I'm just aware, just to kind of assess and make sure that it's not whipping.
And let's back up a little bit. I had a great nurse practitioner. Her name was Bradley. So shout out to Bradley for being such a great nurse practitioner. But bedside manner, like when you come in, she immediately looked at my, the rash I have on my neck and was like, "Oh my God, I got such unfortunate news." And it was
like, what?
My heart dropped. Like, I'm thinking she about to say, "You got skin cancer, like you got melanoma or some shit like that." And I'm like, what's the problem? And she's like, "You got shingles." And I'm like, okay, but like, why are you so,
yeah.
What's the word?
She seemed very wary about it. Like,
to tell me. And it was like, I'm like, so what is this associated with? Like, can I die or something? She was like, no. Like,
but she did explain, because she kind of stepped back away from him. And she said some people, because of the pain that it can cause, can become a little volatile with her wanting pain medicine to be subscribed. So she didn't know how he was going to react. But we both was like, "What's up?" Like, girl, because she was like, "I have very unfortunate news for you." And she like backed up, like, "I don't even want to get close to you."
I thought she was about to say, "You got melanoma." I was like, damn, like you just looked at it and knew.
And I was like, "How did you look at it and know?" And she like, she explained everything.
Her mom had it, so she had some experience in her life.
And she was very knowledgeable. Anything she didn't know, she told us, "Let me check on that. I'm not sure." She was very knowledgeable. She answered our questions. We made her laugh a little bit. It was a good experience overall. So that is my woe. But again, my wow in that is I'm proud of you for going to the doctor, and I'm happy that it's not a worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Like a worst case of.
I know 5 or 10 years ago, I would have been like loading my neck up with cortisone and Neosporin and just like trying to push through it, but it would have been like, "You got shingles, nigga. You can't push through this shit. None of that shit gonna happen. Like, you need some antibiotics or some antiviral stuff." So yeah, I got a little mild case of the shingles, so that's what a nigga dealing with.
Yeah. So I'm happy. As we get older, we know there are some things within our control when it comes to medical stuff, right? Mm-hmm. We know a lot of people are diagnosed with diabetes, but it has been proven
that that's in your control.
That is within your control. And this is diabetes type 2. I know type 1 is genetic, but type 2 is within your control.
Arthritis is one for me.
People have reversed it. What you mean?
Like something that you don't have control over.
Yeah. So diabetes is something that's in your control, but arthritis, there's unfortunately cancers like that. People, even if like you don't, it always makes me a little weary when I hear about cases of people who get lung cancer and they like, "I never smoked a day in my life," things like that. Skin cancer. Black people, they never taught us about using sunscreen when we were younger. Mm-hmm. We never thought that was for us. And now, with all the flaws of social media, that's one of the things that has been kind of good is the dissemination of good information. We're learning how important sunscreen is for everybody.
And I learned that in real time because as a kid, it's a shame to say, I never been nowhere. So I never, being outside is outside in your neighborhood. I never really been anywhere, but to go somewhere and be in a different sun on a beach somewhere, like an island, that shit is different. Like the sun is different from where you grew up at. Like you can be outside all day in the sun and it don't have nothing to do with you being somewhere like an island, like a Dominican Republic or a Puerto Rico or something, where it get hot as shit.
Very true, but also that is one of the fallacies that some people have is like they will take sunscreen to the beach, but now we're learning we should be wearing sunscreen every day year round. So like when I do my skincare routine in the morning, whether I'm wearing makeup or not, like I put on sunscreen every day now. It's not something that I've always done because again, it's not something that I always done even when I learned that we should be, because I used to only use it on vacation, and then I learned like that SPF should be a part of your everyday routine, And I mean, of course, you have some people that say we black people, we got melanin, we're protected.
You're not. I burnt like a motherfucker.
Until you encounter a
I
situation.
fell asleep on the beach with her for 7.5 hours. Woke up burnt. Top of the feet, thighs, stomach, chest, shoulders, ears, burnt.
Yeah.
Shit hurt the next day. Shit hurt in the shower. Like, burnt. And it was like, oh, this is an eye-opener. She's right. Black people can burn.
And we might be less likely because our melanin may have some protective agents, to it.
May not burn as fast.
Or when I say protective, burning is the least things, but I'm talking about skin cancer.
Right.
So our melanin may have some sort of resistance, but it does not mean we're immune to it. So that's another thing. Cancers, but there are some things like when I hear about people who get like appendicitis, it's like, where does that come from? Like things that are kind of just out of your control.
Your appendix just go and you don't need it. Gallbladders.
I do feel like, yes, but I do feel like in some ways, big or small diet may attribute to that. Like I feel like possibly
because if your diet is right, it still works and does what it's supposed to do as far as transferring bile and all that shit.
Yeah, and I think like your diet over time, like if you're eating fatty foods or high cholesterol foods, that might help to develop gallstones, which can exacerbate issues. Now, again, this is not an all or nothing situation, but I do feel like in some cases, gallbladder issues may be preventable. But something like your spleen or your appendix, I don't even know exactly what they do, and the fact that they can take them out and we still work good, I don't know what influence we have over those things not working good.
I think, that's evolution, obviously. That your body is.
We don't need a gallbladder. We can operate without it.
You can operate without that. Your liver can grow back. There's certain organs that have that can do some stuff, or you don't really need anymore.
Mm-hmm.
What else they can take out? Gallbladder.
Your spleen. Your appendix. I don't know if they can take out your pancreas. Or maybe you don't need all of it. I'm not sure.
They might have to put something in, but you probably can take it out if it's cancer. But that cancer will kill you quick.
Yeah, pancreatic cancer. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a thing that you don't think about when you're young. But at my big age at 48, I'm healthy. I'm working out every day. I run hills. I'm in the gym as much as I can be. I just rest on the weekends. So I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm eating as clean as I can. But it's just like some stuff comes up in your life because you get older, like shingles, and you just come out of nowhere because you had chickenpox at 6.
Mm-hmm.
At 48, that rears its head again. That it rears its head again, and it's like I don't even really remember. I remember having chickenpox, but not like vividly. Yeah. But it's like, come on, man! Like I'm 48 years old, so and then it makes me think, what else is to come? And I hope God willing, nothing else, but what else can come of those things that you have no control over? Because again, I'm in the gym, I'm working out, I'm eating clean, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. But again, does your appendix just go? Does your spleen just go? Does, you need another operation? Does, just shit just start happening because you reached a half a century old?
Yeah. I mean, we have to be aware, but I don't think we can live in fear. We also have to remember there's a lot of things that we are just learning, even for those who eat the healthiest and all that. We learning more information about how the food has poison, even if you're eating what you assume to be the healthiest food. So, I mean, those things, I would say they may be out of our immediate tangible control, but they are within the control of those in charge to not poison us. You know what I mean?
Which ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
So is this on us to have the discipline not to eat certain shit?
Yeah, but that's why I also want to grow our own vegetables and stuff. That way you have control over pesticides and I wish we could have chickens and have like eggs and that kind of thing. I don't want to be responsible for any other animals, but there are some things that I wish we could do differently, because it becomes scary when you think, we hear about the prevalence of colon cancers and that kind of thing, and you think, is this related to the processed foods that we've been eating over the years?
100% related to it.
It just is like destroying our insides.
Especially it's the new processed food, because our grandmothers ate processed foods all their lives and shit like that, and ate slab bacon and all that. So I just think it's the new processed foods. It's how they treat our food today as of 25 years ago.
But it also, I feel like there are some things that people will learn and people will know, and they still won't stop. So, we've been seeing a lot on social media talking about, like, I'll just say, for example, McDonald's, right? They have shown people who have bought a burger, some fries, left it in the bag, stored it away in the garage for 10 years, right? And they pulled it out, and it is not molded. Like, it's not a speck of mold on it.
Because it ain't real food.
There was also an example of a guy who he went to, I want to say he went to Japan. No, I'm sorry. There was a guy in Japan, and he mimicked the same experiment that a guy in America was doing, where he got a burger and fries and like hid it away for like a year. The Japanese burger and fries
molded.
Yeah, the lettuce, everything. The American, if you for lettuce. A vegetable, you know how fast lettuce will start to deteriorate in the refrigerator? So for lettuce to be on something for that long time and not, start to mold, you got to think, what are they putting in these things? So with that being said, we see all these social media experiments and this world we live in of content creation. How much are you influenced by social media? I mean, when you really think down to it, I'll let you go first because I have my own perspectives on it. But how much do you feel like you are, whether it's what you eat, what you do, where you go, what you buy, how much influence does social media have on you? If you, let's say a scale of 1 to 10.
1 to 10, how much does social media apply in my life?
How much are you
influenced by it? I would say 5.
Okay.
Like, I'm not really influenced by it all. I use it to entertain myself. But influenced by it, not at all. I take everything everybody says with a grain of salt. Like you, I don't look at a whole bunch of marriage videos and things like that, trying to, get what we should do. We already have our outlet for that, which is therapy. So yeah, it doesn't influence my life a whole lot. I would say a 5. Watching podcasts and things like that. Entertaining myself is probably all I get from social media. I get a lot of information from social media. So the world is driven like that, where you can get these vast amounts of information, and then I'll disseminate what's I think is real and what's plausible or not. So information and entertainment is how I use social media and how it affects my life.
I think 5.
But I would say a 5 for influence.
Because I was thinking 0 is like not at all, 10 is highly influenced. Mm-hmm. So I would say 5 is the same for me. Because I look at it, there's a difference in being inspired by somebody or something and being influenced. Like, I think I may be influenced in the sense of...
Be clear in this too, because I don't want to sound like you just saying semantics.
No. I may be influenced to buy a certain makeup product. I see like a video and it's like, oh wow, that does look nice on her skin, or that does blend nice, so I may be influenced in that way. But I'm not like I've never been a keeping up with the Jones type of person. So, and it's like, we didn't grow up having a whole bunch of name brand stuff and all that. So I kind of learned how, I learned my style and how to be fly on my own without that. So seeing stuff and seeing people's lifestyles and all the things that they have or may do, like, that doesn't influence me. I may be inspired by the gym girlies, especially the ones who, and I specifically look at their page to see if it says natural weight loss. Because no shade to the people that do it otherwise, but I'm not inspired if you're taking a shot or you had weight loss surgery, because I feel like our journeys aren't the same. But the girls that are naturally losing weight in the gym, I'm inspired by that. I may be inspired by somebody gardening. It's like, oh wow, like, let me see what they doing, like some tips or something like that. But I'm not. I feel like what you said. I'm like, there's been a lot of conversation about the lady Emma Grede lately, and people are so upset about some of the things that she said. But I feel like this lady is speaking from her perspective, and take what applies to you, and the rest leave it alone. Like, you don't have to say, "Oh, this is what she said, so this is what I'm gonna do." And I think so many people look to these social media content creators as like for instruction on life, and they follow that. And if so, let me kind of take a step back. There was a lady on TikTok. I was not familiar with her until this scandal came about, but supposedly she had a platform that talked about being single, never getting married. Married is, a scam, blah 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 blah. She don't like name brand clothes, wearing labels is trashy, you look tacky. Fast forward, she got engaged to this guy who's like a millionaire, and she's going on these like $100,000 shopping sprees, and she's like, "Okay, I changed my mind." And people are like, "You've been lying to us. You said this about marriage. You said this about labels." And it's like, ho 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 ho. I mean, yeah, it's maybe she wasn't lying. Maybe that is how she felt, and she changed her mind. But were you so influenced by this lady? Were you really staying single because that's the platform that she created and said marriage is a scam? So were you turning down marriage proposals and deciding not to get married because of what she said?
Absolutely. There's a pack mentality. There's a group of people out there that follow that stuff to the T. So yeah, if that's the wave and marriage is not cool and let's be single, then yeah, she's speaking to a group of women. I mean, there's
I think that says more about you than her, because she was honest enough with herself to be like, "All right, I changed my mind." Where you were so like, "Oh, this is what this lady said," who's a stranger that you see her videos. She could have had, there are some people that are content creators. They have like houses that they rent to do their content, and they don't live there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she could have been in a completely different house and had a family somewhere on the other side of town. Like, I've never.
Or you change your mind, and that's cool too. Like, it's almost like once you show something on social media, you can't divert from that.
Right.
Like, this is who you introduced yourself as. This was your representation. This is who we learn who you are, and now that's who you got to be. Yeah. And it's like, damn, if you change your mind, which is like, okay, she's a woman, she did that for years, she had a successful a channel or whatever, and she got lonely. She wanted a man. Somebody, he floated her boat. So she got engaged, got married, going on trips. What the hell?
And not only that, I just feel
she saw a different part of marriage that she probably didn't have her eyes open to, and said, "Oh, I didn't know that this was a part of marriage too."
Yeah, it caught me by surprise. And she's a white lady, but the videos and the outrage I was seeing was from like white. It was universal. Like, it was white, black, some older looking, some younger, and it's like, really? Like, are y'all? And it just made me think, how much are people really being influenced? And unfortunately, I think it's a lot,
because they're
good at their jobs, which it's crazy. It's like they're so good at their jobs, they are really changing. It's almost like people won't make a decision if it doesn't align with whatever influencers they like, with what they say and how they feel think. And how they say you should think. That's the thing. Mentality. It's not so much how they think, they're telling you how to think, which is bananas.
That's another thing that people do, that you wake up in the morning, people grab their phones, look at all the stuff that they look at, the Instagrams, the Facebooks, the news, the headlines, and get an idea of how to think for today. Because that's what's telling you what's the outrage, what's the clickbait, what are people mad about, and then you decide, okay, that's something that I care about. I want to be mad about that too. This is before you even leave your house. It's like the phone is telling you what's going on today, what people are upset about, what people are happy about, what you should be mad about, what you should have an opinion about. And then that's how you carry it. But that's the power of the phone. That's the power of social media. That's the power of it all, because you're not getting up and cutting on your TV and looking to see what's going on the local news. You grabbing your phone, you going to Instagram, you're going to Facebook, you're going to TikTok, and whatever is on your timeline from that night, new in the day, you see it first thing in the morning, and you see, oh shit, Trump did this. People are mad. They're saying, oh shit, he said that. Oh shit, a woman at council said that all Hispanics can do lawn care good. It's like, this is the shit you see, and it's like, all right, now I'm mad about that. Now let me get myself together. And you go outside, and you may bring that up when you see some, hey, you know that lady over there, she said the fucking Hispanics do, because you want somebody else to be in the pack too.
Yeah.
It's all, yeah, it's a lot of influence.
We don't have to go into this, but I read, or I seen like somebody talking about what was called cognitive atrophy, meaning people really are losing their cognitive skills and ability to think for themselves due to AI. Mm-hmm. And this also makes me think. It's
just a fancy way to say we're getting dumber.
Yeah, it makes me think that. But when you think about atrophy, it's like the actual muscle. Your brain is dying. Just like if God forbid, if you're in a wheelchair, your legs will start to atrophy because you're not using the muscle. So just think about that happening to your brain. And it makes me think with like when it comes to the world of influencers, people, it's almost like they're losing their ability. This not just cognitively, but like that independent thinking, that creativity. You're really becoming robots. And then people are complaining about the robots replacing us, but you're becoming a human robot by just following the leader, doing everything. This great segue into celebrity culture, right? How do you think, let's just say this is 2026, so I'll give it another 5 years. Let's say the past, current, and the future. How do you think celebrity culture has changed and will continue to change? And when I say celebrity cultures, we know who, when we were growing up, who we thought to be the celebrities, right? Mm-hmm. Like, movie stars, music stars, that TV stars, that sort of thing. Compared to today, where
reality stars, internet stars.
Yeah. And then, so how do you think that will transpire or continue to evolve into the future?
I think for the ones that don't have substance, it'll fizzle out.
The celebrities that don't have substance?
Yeah, it'll fizzle out. Like, I don't know. Okay, so when we were growing up, there was Eddie Murphy, and now, like today, you have a Kevin Hart. I don't know in 25 years will you have a Drewski. I don't know that, like, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you'll have a Jess Hilarious. I just don't know if you'll have these people. I think they have a moment. I think they are compensating on their opportunity, which all these people are great. Drewski's funny as hell. Jess Hilarious is funny as hell. But I don't see.
There'll be longevity.
Yeah, it's like people that make songs like. You're not going to be Stevie Wonder. You're not going to have a timeless classic. You know what I'm saying? Like so I think that's changed. Like back when we were growing up, celebrities was celebrities because they were they wasn't accessible.
And their name rung bells.
Yeah, you didn't see them. And this is in the 80s and 90s where you was like red, like hot. And again, you were not accessible. There was no internet, no Instagram. You couldn't reach out and talk to Eddie Murphy like you can DM him now.
Right.
So it's different, and again, these new celebrities that's big now and popping now, I don't know that in 2040 these will be like, hey, this was Drewski, and he, not that anything's wrong with Drewski, but he's got a 30-year career.
He has a big
and he's done this and done TV shows and done this and done that and done this. I don't know if that's going to be.
That's a great perspective. I didn't even think about that. But that's a really great perspective.
Substance, you'll be around. No substance, and you're just doing what we're seeing now. This reality shit. Nah, that's not going to be anything that is memorable in 30 years.
Sometimes I'm big on looking at comments on social media because I feel like people can be so funny and witty. I like when I see people say like, "We made the right person famous." Like if it's somebody who came from the social media world and now they're in the spotlight. Like let's just think of a Tabitha Brown. Like her or not, I don't care. But people we love her. But people say like, I'm so happy we made the right person famous. I like when people say that. But I also feel like there's so many people that get I don't want to say fame, but notoriety that is unworthy. Like and that's my opinion. I was supposed to
clean it up. I'm just saying. Go ahead and speak your point. Now you're playing, but
like okay, I'm gonna use two people that came from social media. The one girl, Natalie Nunn. She started on Bad Girls Club, and now she has this whole franchise, Baddies, which I've never watched one episode, but the clips that I see, to me, if y'all watch it, y'all can correct me, I'm wrong. It looks like these girls come together to fight, almost like it should be a boxing show, because like
that shit ain't gonna be around.
Let me land my plane. She's created this platform. She's making so much money. Like, she has these baddies
series
in different, it's almost like Housewives has, like, 10 different franchises of it. She has all these series, international, and it's almost like you wish that that business acumen that maybe she could have did something else with it. On the other side of the spectrum, you have a Cardi B that started from Love and Hip Hop, a reality show. I watched Love and Hip Hop. Like, I was a fan at that time. I remember Cardi, her teeth being messed up, and her saying, like, she gonna get her teeth fixed when she get money, and seeing the career she's built for herself, like her or not, whatever, but seeing the career she's built for herself.
Cardi's gonna be around in 20 years.
So, and it's all, so that's when I say some people, I feel like we made them famous, and it's like Natalie Nunn, like, for her to come from Bad Girls Club for it to transpire into this, to have these young girls coming together just to be getting dressed up, dialed up to go and fight until you're naked in the club, so that's the two different spectrums. And it's like, social media is giving a spotlight on so many people, and they're becoming famous, and it's not hate at all, but it's just like, should they have as much spotlight?
No, I think all that shit is trash. And again, I don't really know that world like you do.
I don't know it anymore. Like
that, all I know from that world is, and you talking about bad people, I know the girl Tommy always beating up somebody or going to jail or fighting. I don't give a fuck what show it is. Anytime I hear her name, she in cuffs. She got something wrong with her face because she was fighting, or she beating somebody up.
Bad stuff.
Yeah, so it's like, if this is your fame, you're infamous. You're not famous, you're infamous. Like, you come in a room and people are like, oh shit, but shut up and stuff like that. So that's a perfect
example. That's a perfect example, though, because somebody might see her in a mall or something and want a picture or want an autograph. Where it's like, back in the day, we would get. It makes me think of Erica Kane from All My Children. Mm-hmm. I'll never forget one time my sister, I think one of my sisters was with us, my mom and one of my cousins. We went to see The View in New York City, and when we got on the elevator, Erica Kane, or I can't remember what was her, Susan Lucci, mm-hmm. was in the elevator, and my mom was like starstruck. She was like, "Oh my God, I named my daughter after you." My sister's name is Erica. But just thinking, like, that was somebody who we grew up, that was a celebrity. Like, how many times is somebody going to be in an elevator with Susan Lucci? Mm-hmm. So she didn't ask for an autograph or a picture or anything, but if she had, it's like a different level than somebody seeing Tommy in a mall.
Yeah.
Like that's insane. So that's where I feel like the difference is when it comes to this culture of celebrity. And are we still calling them celebrities? Like, should there be a different name that we should be giving them?
That's what they are, influencers. People who have a following on the internet, but they can't sell a hard ticket. Nobody's coming to buy a ticket to see Tommy or none of that baddie shit or none of that shit that comes on Zeus.
But see, I look at
all that shit is trash. And again, I might be speaking out of context because I don't watch it. So some people might say, hey, this stuff is really popular and a lot of people watch it. Cool. I just don't think it'll be around in 25 years.
No, I agree.
I don't think we're going to be watching TV where titties are popping out, girls are throwing drinks from across the room, and that shit's still a thing. Like, no, Jeremy Springer didn't last that long. So, I
Sorry
think
for the noise. You guys just got some windows open, letting the spring air blow in, and people want to ride their bikes.
That's what happens. We potting.
Yeah. No, I think that is a great perspective, that longevity will play a huge role into where they are, 5, 10, 15 years from now.
I want to ask you something real quick.
Yep.
And we can get to the other stuff. I like when we go off key for a little bit. Drewski, I brought his name up. And he recently did a skit where he was playing Erica Kirk. Erica Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
The wife of slain
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, of Charlie Kirk. And Jake Paul, which you know him, he said that, okay, that was the funniest skit he ever seen, and that's cool, but I want to do a blackface skit. So what's your thoughts on if we can laugh at a Drewski? Because it's like this part of me that says blackface isn't cool. There's people didn't get outraged when Jimmy Kimmel played Shaq and was all black and with a bald head, and he did it on his show. But what do you say to if Drewski can keep putting these skits online where he play hillbilly that's white, a white woman that's white, and then a white person says,
you gotta speak up, babe.
A white person, don't worry about it, babe. A white person will say, I want to do a blackface skit.
So I think this is one of those places where we have to think about the historical context. Drewski did painting your face white to play a different character, like in White Chicks, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's done because you're playing this character, but it's not done from like a derogatory standpoint. You're just putting on makeup to look like a white person. When we think about the historical context of blackface, and we think about Sambo, you know, where these
big lips, black. Okay.
There was racial undertones, like it was just absolutely prejudice. It was
wrong,
derogatory. So that's where it's like it's not cool because of what's attached to blackface. So that's where I think there's a double standard because of the history that's linked with each.
So what if you're not if it's okay for Drewski to do it in a lighthearted, trying to be funny way, why can't a white person do it in a lighthearted, trying to be funny way? I'm not trying to do blackface to demean a black person, but like a Jimmy Kimmel, when I dressed up as Shaq and had a bald head and was all black and had a headband on and was talking retarded like Shaq, like all slow like Shaq, that was funny. And that was a white man who did that. So it's like, if you're putting it on to act like Sambo, yes, you're fucking wrong, and you should be handled accordingly. But if you're doing a skit to say, hey, I'm going to be Michael Jordan and I'm going to play a basketball skit, but I'm a white person, how is that any not lighthearted than the other skit that Drewski did? If it comes from a lighthearted place. Because again, I give you, if you're trying to act like Sambo, then you're fucking wrong.
Even if you're not trying to act like Sambo.
But what I'm saying is,
no, I hear what you're saying. So I guess
nefarious, whatever.
I guess it depends on what you do. So be careful about what you do, because that's going to depend on the reaction. Yeah, like even when you think about Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like nobody, if it's coming from a lighthearted way, if Jake Paul does a skit where he's playing, him and his friends do blackface and it's a couple of black guys hanging on the corners drinking 40s and shit, yeah, that's fucking wrong. But if it's a skit about some other shit where, just anything else that's funny, like a Drewski skit that's funny, then what are we up in arms about, is what I'm saying. Do you see a problem in that?
It depends on what he does. That's what I'm saying. If it is like him portraying Michael Jordan, okay, he's playing a character, but so that's what's going to determine whether it's a problem. Now, I think because he said it in sort of like a retaliatory way, like, oh, well, if he did that, then I'm gonna do. It's almost like you're looking at it as like get back, because you know that there's a negative connotation behind
the blackface.
Yeah. So him saying it like in response to that, well, if he did this, almost like
actually what he said was, oh my God, this is funny. This is how comedy should be. I think that I should be able to do a blackface just like he does a whiteface if it's funny.
I mean,
so again, I don't, as a black person, I try not to get up in arms about a lot of shit. But this, again, if you're putting on blackface to make a fool of us, do some fucking stereotypical shit, then you're wrong. But if it's something like Jimmy Kimmel did, why didn't nobody get mad at him when he played Shaq?
I guess if you're doing a character, like he did Erica Kurt, Jimmy Kimmel did Shaq, when Drewski did the Hillbillies, Drewski also was an Asian nail tech. Like, so if you're doing a specific character, that's one thing. But I guess it is a difference.
Don't let that shit bother you, babe. It's nothing you can control. Just don't let it bother you. Seriously.
No, it's bothered. Like, even if we weren't doing the show, it's just like, come on. Like, so I think it's a difference in if you are just I want to do blackface just to be a black like you showing up for Halloween as a black girl.
Right.
That's where I think the difference comes into play.
So it matters what he does, not the fact that he does it.
Yeah, and him saying like, well, I should be able to do this, and
if
it's
he
like,
does
why?
A
Why do you want to
it's
do
funny,
it?
Would you laugh at it? Would you be like, okay, that's a good one, like that was funny, or would you just be like, fuck that, he did blackface, that's wrong?
No, I think if it's funny and if it's done tastefully, I mean, I don't think I would be offended by it. But again, to me, him saying that in response to Drewski, it's almost like the white person that said who wants to use the N-word.
Right, he wasn't thinking about it till Drewski did it. Now he wants to do it.
Or maybe he was thinking about it, but you didn't voice that.
Right.
So that's where I think it's like, what's your intention?
Yeah. Again, I try not to get up in arms about a lot of stuff that, goes on, and black people want to be mad. A certain amount of black people, not all black people, but a certain group of black people want to be mad all the time about shit. And I just don't think if it's funny and not done in a malicious way, I don't really care. I'm not offended at all. So yeah, that's my take on it. Philadelphia, 1.8 million.
Is this the grams? Or are you just on the store?
We could do 3 grams.
Okay.
Philadelphia, $1.8 million heist in Philly on Frankfurt and Torresdale, Tuesday morning, 9:45. 2 guys. Brinks truck. 2 guys. A real Brinks truck, like not just a truck, the company Brinks. 2 guys robbed for $1.8 million. Police don't have no fingerprints. They have a car that was stolen for the purpose to get away. So I'm sure that was meant to be, found. But
they did find a car?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was a blue electric car that was stolen the night before. So no ties to them at all. I love movies like this, heist movies and stuff. I do. I love the town. I love heat and shit like that. I don't condone robbing, check cashing places and banks and shit like that, but I hope they get away. I hope they get away. I hope they
Nobody was hurt.
Yeah, nobody got hurt. Nobody got shot. I hope they get away. I hope that I hope they never do it again, and I hope they get away. I hope they go somewhere far. I hope they never get on a plane. I mean, don't get on a plane with that money. I hope they get in a car and drive. My thoughts about this was, how do you clean that amount of money? It would take you years if you did it thousands at a time. Me personally, I don't know nobody with that type of money, but I would give that 1.8 up for $1 million easy. Like, if I knew somebody that had money like that, I would be like, you can have this 1.8 if you give me 1. And me and my buddy would break down $500,000 a piece and be cool with clean money. But how would you clean something like that? And at this level, because we don't know nobody with that amount of cash on hand that we can go to and say, hey, we got 1.8. We know it's stolen. It's all over the news. But if you give us $1 million, you can have a 1.8.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of tough, because you got to think any large transactions that are made are going to kind of, because I mean, you can clean it, buy a car, and then sell it.
Serial numbers. The serial numbers is, let me just land my plane. The serial numbers from the Brinks truck and all that money comes out of the mint or the bank, wherever it comes from. They got the serial numbers. So when those serial numbers come back to the mint after the money has been circulated in society, when those come back to the mint, it's recorded that that money left and it came back. Also, it's reported that it's stolen. From that point, I feel like they can say, okay, where did this money came from? It came from a bank in Texas. Okay, let's go to that bank in Texas. This deposit of this amount of money, they can track the time, cameras, such and such, blah, 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 blah. I'm thinking that they can go back that far with the technology that they have today. I seen them on a shooting watch a stolen car go from South Philly to North Philly the night before the shooting, and they watched it street to street to street to street to street to street on police cameras. So I'm just saying, the technology out here, you can track shit.
I was about to say, I know how they, but what I was saying is,
for the people though. Not
like you can buy a car, like if you, but again, you got to think any large purchases like that are unusual, it's going to raise red flags.
Why you keep saying buy a car? If you go buy a car and you give them some, maybe I'm hearing you wrong. If you pay cash for a car, When that car dealership turns in their money, they're going to know that car dealership has stolen money.
Okay, but that you know how long down the line that's gonna.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
going to be long. Like that's not going to be like an immediate thing. And the car dealership, let's say they go and deposit that in the bank that night. Let's say you go buy a car cash, like, and I'm not talking about like a. I'm talking about one of those dealerships on Frankfurt and Torresdale.
Right.
You go buy a car cash for $30,000. Okay, they put it in their whatever their safe or whatever. Maybe they take it to the bank the next morning. They deposit it in their account. The bank ain't checking serial numbers.
No.
So now once they have that money, the bank may get a pickup from Brinks or whatever to deliver their money that evening. So once it gets to the mint or whatever, I don't know what that processing time is in order for them to count the money and go through whatever. But you're talking about like a 2-3 day window there that hopefully you bought the car and then what I would think is buy the car, sell the car. That way you got the money back. You know what I mean? Because even if you spent 30 and you sell it for 25, okay, that money is clean now. So and then you do different transactions like that and be on your way. You gotta
I don't think you can buy shit, babe. I really don't think. You took almost $2 million from a Brinks truck. I don't think you can buy shit. I don't think you can buy shit.
Well, no, you asked how would you clean it. That's what I'm saying. I think that's the only way. Like, I don't think you can do it through a person. That's unless you know somebody,
A drug dealer. But again, who knows a drug dealer with almost $2 million cash that would do a play for $800,000? Because who wouldn't do that?
Yeah, so that's why I think making small but large purchases.
Man, I think that's gonna get you caught. I do. I think that's gonna get
possibly.
you caught.
I mean, I wouldn't know of a person to ask, and I
know I would get in a car and drive states away. Like, I would not be here. I would not get on a plane because I can't get on a plane with almost $1 million.
No.
So I'm getting in a car and driving to, I don't know, Texas, going to Mexico. Like, from there, I'll catch a flight in Mexico and go somewhere else. But I ain't catching no planes in America, and I'm driving to where I'm going to get out of the country.
Well, I would say also hide the money for a while.
A long time.
Get you a safety deposit box, even though they say you're not supposed to put cash in those. Nobody knows what's in your safety deposit box. Nobody's going to be in there when you're putting, the envelopes in there. But put that money away for a while. Live normally, lay low until, it's time. And if you're smart, you should probably have a couple different bank accounts, like whether it's different states or whatever, and have a couple different safety deposit boxes.
I would be scared.
And the most
of
important
the
thing,
serial numbers.
But nobody's
for me, it's almost like having 50 keys of Coke. Like, I don't want to hold this for long. Like, I feel so scared.
But nobody's checking your safety deposit box. Like, that's a lot, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, nobody, so those serial numbers, they don't know what's in your box.
No, I get that.
So,
it's just when you say spend the money, I think that's what scares me.
You said how to clean it, so that was the way I would think of. Now, I would think the most important piece into all this is to zip it. Like, nobody needs to know. And again, lay low for as long as possible. And then, slowly.
Another component to this, inside job. Because right off the back, the protocol is to investigate the drivers, to ask them questions and see if they were inside job. But do you think something of this magnitude could be like, hey man, I'm gonna be right here, park the truck, I'm gonna sit the bags you're supposed to take to the side, you do the thing, but the bags that I sit on the ground, that's one's got the money in it. So they did all of this. It took $1.8 million in 1 minute and 21 seconds.
I don't think, and I think the level of scrutiny that the drivers have to go through after these things happen, and they probably are still watched for however long. Yeah. They can't make any large deposits in their
purchases.
In their bank accounts or anything like that.
They have to wait to get their cut.
So the level of scrutiny that they have to go through, I don't think, and I could be wrong, maybe some people are willing to take the chance. I wouldn't think. I think the fact they did it so fast could probably just be attributed to them doing the leg work to study and watch
And
and
catch them off
study
guard.
and watch. And they know, okay, when they get out the truck, because those guys probably have a routine. When they get out the truck, this is what they do. This is how they move. They get out the truck, they sit the bags down, they lock the door. Like, they could know, like, this guy does it this way every single time. You know, he don't change up his routine, because that's probably what has, for the most part, kept him safe. But somebody watching, and you know, this, I always think about this, like when we watch TV shows and stuff like that, and you see people being watched. You never know that, like, he probably never knew that he was being watched, that he was being surveilled. Like, that's always not that I have like a fear of somebody somewhere watching me, but you just never know when or how somebody is surveilling you.
And at that corner, they could have been sitting in a parking lot just watching that truck every week.
Yeah.
Every week. Yo, every Tuesday we're going to go and watch this truck and write down notes and see, like, who get out, if it's the same dudes.
Yep.
Is it 3? Is it 2?
Yep.
That is a lot of money to take. And FBI will be looking for almost $2 million just in a minute and 21 seconds.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. That's a bad thing to do. I don't condone robbing shit. I really don't. But man, oh man. Like 1.8 million. Graham too. Father in Louisiana kills 8 in a domestic dispute. Still haven't heard what the reasoning is for this, but this man had, 8 kids by this one woman?
I think 7 of, I don't know if they were all by the same woman, but 7 of the kids were his.
In 3 different households.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was like they was at different families' house, because he shot 2 women as well. They didn't die. So he shot 10 people in total, I believe. And 8 of the kids, ages 1 to 14, all died. The 2 women, as far as, I know initially they didn't die. I don't know if they have since, but yeah, it's
kids age 1 to 14.
Yeah, devastating. And
Damn.
And 7 of the 8 children were his. So I don't know if another was a cousin. Another one could have been like a sibling, but just not his. I don't know. I don't know for sure.
What could make a man want to kill all his kids?
You know,
other than the typical, you can't have if I can't have, nobody can.
Yeah, I think that definitely could be it.
Like when you start to speculate if he found out none of the kids was his.
That I don't think, I don't think that I'm not saying it couldn't or wouldn't.
I think that's enough to make a man tick off like that? Or you think that that's not what happened? I'm not asking you what happened. I'm saying, what do you think would make a man tick like that? I don't think that would make him take out the kids. The woman, yeah, but I don't think it would make him. I think if anything, he'd just walk away. I mean, he'd be hurt, he'd be sad, but I don't think he would want to take out the kids. That to me, it ain't supposed to make sense to me, because I would never do it. But I don't think so. I think a woman saying, if you can't have me, or a man saying, if I can't have you, nobody can, and you just try to kill everybody, and then the kids was a witness, or like Uncle Junior, his intent to kill the kids was because he killed the adults and the kids seen them. So I mean, just that we talked about emotional intelligence and thinking before you act, and just thinking about the consequences. And maybe in that case, he knew he wasn't going to jail, because he left and was like in a chase with the police. So maybe it was like, I ain't worried about going to jail, because I'm going to let them take me out. That's crazy. I don't know.
Horrible.
It's only a few reasons that I can think or speculate on why. And I feel like if you found out the kids wasn't yours, but you kind of sway me on that. Why would you want to hurt the kids? You want to hurt the mom.
Right.
But again, it happens all the time where a mom takes kids away from dads. Dads don't shoot them all. Like, what the fuck was that situation about, where you went to 3 different places and shot the goddamn kids up? And the women. Yeah. Yeah, horrible situation. It can't be I'm leaving you. Like, that's so lightweight to what you did.
I can't even imagine. In situations like this, I think to myself, I hope
this person has mental issue. Oh,
no, I hope the kids perished immediately, because
they said the one kid that was 14, he peeped what was going on and tried to run out the house, and he chased them down. So just thinking you that age where you know what's going on and you trying to get away.
And I think it was a girl.
Yeah, and he run you down.
That's horrible.
Mm.
Yeah.
Last Graham. David. This guy's a singer. I never heard his music. Don't know what type of music he makes or sings. But a while ago, he was a suspect in the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, and he was charged with murder. She was found in his Tesla in an airport in the trunk, charged with murder, mutilating her body, and doing some other stuff. But a bunch of heavy charges. Have you ever heard his music or listened to him?
I don't think that I have, or at least not intentionally. I've seen his name before. But let's also say with this case, it was just so weird because she was underage and like they had been dating before. She had kind of ran away from her family to be with him. He made
a few songs about her.
Yeah.
And how their relationship had like, perished or something.
Yeah, one of them, it was like a death by romance. I might be making this up, but it was a song that talked about death and romance. It was just very, and even some of his friends had said before when she would be around, like they didn't realize, like he was in a relationship with this girl. She would be around, and his friends didn't realize how young she was, and
she was 14 when she died.
I don't think and I think they started messing with each other when she was like 12. I don't think
niggas and these young girls.
It always boggles my mind that in this day and age, and I know some people do for a period of time, but that people really be thinking they can get away with murder. And something to this magnitude, like she was found in your car. The crazy thing is, this has been under investigation for a long time before they finally decided to charge him. Like, I guess, I don't know whether because of his fame or infamy or notoriety, like they were giving him the benefit of the doubt, or maybe he was telling them a lie that was so believable.
We heard he was cooperating. He wasn't running, and he was, talking to the police.
And initially he was overseas when they found her body, and he wasn't immediately coming back. So I don't know if that played a part in it as well, but it's such a shame. I can't, her family, they probably knew that something would happen eventually just because of the dynamics of their relationship was toxic anyway. But it's such a sad story, and for anybody to be killed by somebody that's supposed to love them, whether it's your father, your boyfriend, whomever, it's just horrible. But
obviously this was a dude who, how old is he? Ain't he almost 30?
He's in his 20s for sure.
You this isn't a girl that you love, bro. You was using her. She was 12. This isn't like you fell in love with her. Rest in peace to Celeste Hernandez, but you hit her in your car, you mutilated her body. Like it's a lot of stuff that goes that you made songs about her. You wore a ring on your finger about her. Like there's a lot of stuff. So it's plausible to think that you did this to hide your relationship because she was so young.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's you should be thrown under the jail for that. That's a wrap. Act 2 the podcast, episode 272. Coming 273, coming to a close. Hope you guys enjoyed. We enjoyed being here, giving it to you. Your boy International Walt.
Your girl Tosh the Codes with the most.
Y'all should know by now. If you fuck with us, you fuck with us. If you don't, you should. Peace.